or lung qi in China. Now, in ancient times, it even had a unique nickname, which was either herb of spiritual potency or the mushroom of immortality. In China, traditionally, the reishi mushroom was symbolically similar, or almost symbolically identical, to the lotus flower from more Indian or Southern Asian traditions. It represented the same enlightening qualities or spiritual improving qualities because it was a beautiful organism that grew up out of something that was apparently dead or decaying. So like the lotus, which grows up out of muddy water and becomes a blooming flower, the reishi mushroom grows out of dead logs or decaying matter and becomes this beautiful, very shiny mushroom. The traditional classification of the reishi mushroom is neutral to warming in nature, and it is also very bitter. And it is recommended that all bitter herbs be taken with either some sort of sweetener or decocted with other herbs, which prevents the extreme bitterness from injuring the stomach. Now, that being said, reishi is actually one of the most powerful herbs in terms of how balanced it is. Just like all adaptogenic herbs, which are balanced to the point where you can take them for long periods of time, even your entire life, every day, without negative side effects. This herb is among the top in that category because it can simultaneously help balance all three treasures, or in Ayurvedic terms, this is known as the tridosha, or ojas, prana, and tejas. Now, as for the scientific properties that confirm these adaptogenic qualities and tridosha balancing effects, I go into much more detail in my article, which I've posted in the top right-hand corner of the info box, that you can click on the link to read more about that. Chinese medicine has really two different ways of viewing the body. One, which I've gone into detail in the past, is the three treasure system of Jing, Qi, and Shen, which is equivalent to the tridosha in Ayurvedic terms. And the other way they look at herbs and the body in general, or the effect herbs have on the body, is the 5-element organ systems. And so those 5 organ systems briefly are spleen, pancreas, stomach, liver, gallbladder, kidney, bladder, endocrine system, and then heart, small intestine, and then lung and large intestine. Now, reishi actually has scientifically proven properties that affect each one of these systems. So for the spleen organ system, reishi has been confirmed to increase DNA cell synthesis in the spleen. It's been shown to help lower and regulate blood sugar, which takes some burden off the pancreas, and it's been used to treat ulcers for the stomach. For the lung organ system, reishi has been shown as an expectorant to help bronchitis and asthma sufferers, and then also the beta-glucan polysaccharides, of which there are many in reishi, they've been shown to have very unique immunomodulating qualities to them. Now, this is different from the immune-boosting qualities attributed to many herbs such as garlic or echinacea. Immune-boosting can be likened to if you had an army and you suddenly got a whole bunch of new recruits and you added them to the army, you'd have a bigger army. The term immunomodulating, in the context of a military example or metaphor, can be likened to, instead of just getting more recruits for your army, it's actually teaching the Marines that you have to become more powerful. So be like training them to become the special ops of the immune system. So it's actually more efficient for your body to have more powerful and smarter cells in the immune system that do the work, rather than overrunning your body with excessive amounts of these cells, which can actually end up harming your body if you've already got too much going on. So If you think of immune modulating as a way of balancing the immune system and making it just stronger in general, it's better than sending the immune system too high or depressing it too low. So we're looking for that balance, of course, and also within that balance you can make it stronger and more effective. For the kidney organ system, in vitro and in vivo studies have shown that extracts of reishi can improve adrenal cortical function. The adrenals are responsible for many of the important functions of your body, such as regulating core temperature, as well as the hormones of stress and the steroid hormones that keep you youthful. Reishi can also minimize the effects of ionizing radiation, which damages the DNA. So all of these qualities that attribute to the kidney are actually very Jing-like qualities. So these are the qualities that really stand out as the longevity-enhancing effects. For the liver organ system, reishi has been shown to remove hepatotoxins and overall help to detoxify the liver and make it stronger. And finally, for the heart organ system, reishi's been shown to help regulate cholesterol as well as high blood pressure. And then it's also very there's a lot of interest by mountain climbers and athletes in the use of reishi for increased oxygenation of the blood. It can actually reduce the amount of time it takes for mountaineers to acclimatize to higher altitudes, and it's less likely for them to get altitude sickness. So right now I'm brewing some reishi in a tea, and this is my ceramic pot, and it's been bubbling away for about half an hour. So you can see there the red cap, piece of the cap, 2 pieces of the cap I've put into the tea there. I'll let this cook for another hour and a half, and then I'll pour off the tea, and I might cook it for another hour or so. See if there's any properties still left. If you, one way you can tell if there's still anything left in your reishi after you boiled it for 2 hours or so, is just start boiling, and if the water starts changing color, and you'll know when you're done whether there's actually anything in there, because it'll taste like it'll taste bitter. So if there's still the flavor of the mushroom, and that goes with any herb, if you're boiling it, if you go beyond the number of boils that is recommended, or that is that you can do, then if you're still getting flavor and color out of the herbs, then you're still getting something. And I don't have a whole reishi to show you what it looks like, but I've been putting up videos in this, or pictures rather, in this video. But this is the rest of the reishi that I have. It's just the stem. So I've used up the entire cap. And you can see it's red and shiny. And yeah, I'll be enjoying this tea for a couple days, probably a week. When I'm done, it'll give me a week's worth of tea. I'm also going to mix it with some other herb tea that I'm boiling on the back burner there.